Welcome to another edition of The Manual. He is the professor. Alton Woods, I'm Chip Rice, and man, did you see? So our man, did you see, is a little different on today. On the 14th of July, we lost one of the greats in Christendom, Pastor Nancy Wilson of Greensboro, North Carolina. Most of the people in the Triad area and the state know her from one of the innovators of a show called Gospel Expo. She and Reverend Willie Middlebrooks, and this show basically swept over the Triad, and people would get up on Sunday mornings. They'd have different choirs and different groups on there every Sunday, and she was the main host there. She also is the mother of three amazing children. Angie Caree, her oldest daughter, who was one of the baddest drummers in the land in the day. And then Kimberly Caree, who is still, in my estimation, one of the greatest organists that I've ever heard sit on a organ. She's just amazing. And then Isaac Caree, many of you know as a gospel artist and a member of Men of Standard, just doing some amazing things. He's on Sirius XM doing a show on Kirk Franklin's channel. But she birthed out three amazing children. Her husband, Teddy Wilson, who pastored along with her in the area. And when I say we lost one of the absolute greats, Nancy Wilson was one of the premier praise and worship leaders in our area. She's just an incredible woman, and it is our great loss, but it has been our great opportunity to know her. And so we just want to love on Pastor Teddy and Angie and Kim and Isaac, let you know we love you and that we thank God for Pastor Nancy Wilson.
That's right. And we're praying for it.
We are.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are. This is The Manual. So, we are in another episode of The Manual, and we were thinking about what can we talk to the brothers about today, and there's something that just about all of us have in common, and that is having a woman in your life who pushes the panic button.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And for those of us girl dads, having several women in your life who push the panic button.
They push the panic button.
Indeed.
It is the most amazing thing, because most men, you know, they pretty stable. Don't get too excited unless we get into sports or it's music or something that we love, you know. But for the most part, we're probably even keeled, you know, in most things. Women have the ability to take some of the most minute things and just make it seem like, okay, the world is about to blow up if we don't solve this problem right now.
So, you know, cars, sometimes they advertise 0 to 60 in X seconds. There's not a vehicle made. There's not a vehicle that has ever been in existence that can get from 0 to 100 as fast as a woman.
I mean, in an absolute split second. What I love about most of the women that we know, they will at least acknowledge it. They'll acknowledge that, I will go from 0 to 100, you know, just like that. But sometimes as men, we're just like, for real? For real? Is it really that serious?
So quick story, you know, I always have a story. So my daughter tells me the check engine light comes on in her car. Now let me first say that no one ever tells me these things when we're at home. So I'm at work.
Right.
Hey, the check engine light came on. I said, all right, well, take it.
Was she out somewhere?
I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't ask. But it didn't sound like it, right?
Okay.
But I said, but I could tell from the rest of the conversation that it didn't just come on. Is the moral of the story, right?
Okay.
Now, it may not have been on a long time, but it was on. It didn't just come on at the moment you called me, right?
And it was There's a good possibility that before you went to sleep last night, it was on.
Well, it kind of had to, right? So based on her schedule and based on the time of the phone call, here's what it felt like. You get in your car this morning and you're getting ready to go somewhere, or it hits you, whatever one it is, and you're like, hey, my check engine light was on. But when you came home yesterday evening from work,
it was probably
on there. Yeah. But anyway, that's okay. We're not gonna worry about that. So I said, we'll go around the corner, which is not literally around the corner, but up the street, around the corner. Go see Mr. Mike. Let's figure out what it is.
Okay.
Because a check engine light could be a sensor.
Right.
It could be anything.
Anything.
Right? It could be a sensor all the way up to your motor blowing up, right? Like literally, there's nothing in between, right?
Right.
And so first thing I realized is I should probably never send any of the women in my life to a mechanic to get information. Now, Mr. Mike is good. Now, he's trustworthy, all right? And he's gonna shoot straight. And I know that from working with him. Like, I know him. So, but anyway, so then she calls me and she said, well, Daddy, Mr. Mike said that it might be the timing chain. I said, whoa. Hold on. I know Mr. Mike didn't just say it might be the timing chain. I said, well, what is the code? Because normally they give you a printer. Right. Because then I can Google it and at least start to wrap my mind around all of the possibilities.
Okay.
Well, I don't remember what the code is. I said, well, you clearly are already gone now, so I need the code. I said, now if Mr. Mike, if you too far past wherever you are, just go to AutoZone, Advanced Auto, any of those places. Tell them the check engine light's on. They'll plug it up. They'll get the code and then call me with the code. Right. I said, all right, cool. Right. So then we fast forward, right? So we get to Elijah's birthday. It was yesterday. Happy birthday, Elijah.
Happy birthday, Lele.
So we go out to dinner. Right. So Summer, since I'm just attaching names to it now. So Summer's there, but she got an attitude. I said, well, what is the problem? And but I said, before we dive into the problem, I said, hey, did you get the code? And she said, no, I went to see Mr. Mike. I said, did you go see him a second time? And she said, no. I said, well, I know about the first time. You told me about that. But did you get the code? No, I didn't get a chance to get it. All right, cool. But anyway, as we unpack this thing, she has an attitude because in her mind, she's not only diagnosed the problem with the car, but attached a value to it. And now she's mad about what she might have to pay to get it fixed.
Doesn't know what it is.
Don't have a clue.
Don't
know what a timing
don't even know what
belt
the cost. No, none of
nothing.
that. Don't know what the cost of it.
Nothing. Don't even know what it is.
But now I'm mad.
But now she's mad.
It's gonna cost me a whole lot of money.
That's right. So we get home 10 o'clock last night from dinner. So I get my little code reader, my little flashlight, get the code thing on. I pull the code off. Might be as simple as the camshaft sensor.
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 Not the camshaft.
No, the sensor. Could easily be that. $40 for 2 sensors. I ordered them and they'll be here tomorrow. Now, I don't want to be presumptuous because maybe it's not that.
Okay.
But if it is that, we just spent a whole evening with an attitude because she pushed the panic button and didn't even know what the problem really was.
Didn't know what the problem was.
Right. And then it gets better because then my wife gets frustrated that she got an attitude. So then my wife is like, well, what's wrong with you? And so my wife is getting an attitude because she have an attitude. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, everybody is freaking out. And nobody knows the problem.
And now, brothers, you need to understand, if you think it's isolated to your household,
No, sir.
It is not. Because my wife, I would ask her whatever it is, and she'll just, I don't know. And just, okay, I need to go take care of this. And because they have no interest of dealing with it, and then it becomes this huge performance of, something's wrong. It's like, it's really not that bad. But all women do it.
They all do it.
You got to get used to that because all of them do it. They, for some reason, now the cool thing about women is they'll blow up. And then if they know they got to fix it, then they'll go fix it.
They'll go fix it, yeah.
But I think it's because they have a man in their life that is certain stuff they say, well, that's the reason you in my life.
That's your purpose. Right. and to make matters even more trying for me in this situation and others like it is, as men, we're problem solvers by nature.
Right.
Right. You bring a problem, I want to solve it. I don't want to keep talking about it. I just want to solve it.
Right.
I don't want to hear all of the, well, it might be, I asked you for the code. So now you're not giving me the one piece of information that I need to solve it. Because let's be honest, if we're sitting there at dinner and it's a big group of us, if I had the code, I probably would have started checking on the code to see what it might be.
Right.
Like to get my mind moving.
And that's one thing off your list.
One thing off my list.
Like, I'm done with that.
I probably could have just ordered, for $40, I would have ordered the sensors sitting at the dinner table. Like, I never would have had to get out when I get home at 10 o'clock at night, trying to read codes.
Think about this, people walking around the house and this extra breath coming out your nose.
Yeah, and the doors closed just a little harder than they used to. Dishes go into the dishwasher.
Right.
Just a
lot of rattling going on in there.
Drawers close a little bit harder, and so I'm just sitting here and I'm like, okay, we need to come bring it all the way down, and let's figure it out first. Now, mind you, I Googled timing chain for her car. And they said that if you had to replace it, and it's a wide range, but the cost could be from $400 to $900.
Okay.
Right? And so for me, I think in terms of thousands at this point in my life.
Right.
A $400 repair is not really going.
Right.
$600 repair is not going to really freak me out.
Okay, so that's a thank you, Jesus.
That is a thank you, Jesus.
It's just
moment.
like, okay, God,
thank you.
I had to. Ethan had to get something done in his car. Then found out the brake caliper went out, and they told me $681
for the brake caliper.
No, it's the caliper, replacing the pads, the rotor, the tube that goes to the brake and whatever else.
Don't ever do that again. Bring it to my house. But anyway, carry on.
But I paid $680 and I was like, I could do it.
I can do it.
Hallelujah.
Oh, boy, speaking of which. So at the same time all of that's going on, my mom is just coming off her panic button moment.
Okay.
Because the AC went out at the house.
Uh-oh.
Now, prior to that, I think I told you about the oven.
Yeah.
And the Sears Home Services.
Now,
listen, I don't normally call names, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you have Sears Home Services, cancel that joke and get a real warranty. I'm going to say it, right? And so my point is this. But literally, when it was all said and done, and it was a lot of hassle and a lot of fighting, but the warranty thing got fixed they took care of both the oven and the HVAC unit, put a new HVAC unit in.
Wow.
Now, it was a lot of fighting, a lot of give me legal counsel and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
But the moral of the story is this. Panic button got pushed daily. Like, my mom forgets that I work. So since she's home, every blow by blow, she's calling, pushing the panic
Whatever
button.
happens,
right. Pushing the panic
button.
Yeah. Ow. Now they lying to me again. And so I'm like, at the end of it, I asked, I said, so if I told you, and there is a residual amount of money that she has to pay, but we kind of debating that with them at the moment.
Okay.
But I said, if I told you that you would get a new oven and a completely new AC system, let's just call it $1,000, would you take it? She said, absolutely, I'll take it.
Absolutely.
I said, well, that's just what happened.
Right.
So yes, there was some discomfort along the way, but that's what happened. So as men, whether it's our mothers, our wives, our daughters, or whomever, our best friends that are female, how do we help them when they push the panic button? What do we do?
I think so. Everybody has to come to an understanding of the nature of the beast. So men, as you alluded to earlier, are problem solvers. When you tell us something, we just want to know, okay, let me start thinking how I'm going to fix this. What I had to learn was that women sometimes talk to talk. They're just talking it out. They may even already have a solution for whatever it is, but they talking it out.
And we don't like to talk.
No, And so what we have to learn how to do is listen to her talk it through, and then ask this question. Now, y'all need to cash at me, Chip Rice, or whatever Altus cash app is. Y'all need to cash at me on this, because this is going to save you a whole lot of time, and you're going to thank me for it. Here's what you do. When she finishes talking, you say, okay, honey, what do you want me to do? That's it. That will absolve you if you don't do anything, if she don't tell you anything, and it will tell you exactly what you need to do under those circumstances. Because she might just say, well, I just need to get it out, or I was just talking about it. So you have to ask and say, honey, what do you want me to do? Is there anything you want me to do about it? And then you can follow that up with, are you sure? You know, so that way, if this comes back up again, you have some ammunition in the conversation.
Let me make one amendment. Because depending on how verbose, that means talk a lot, the woman is, at certain points before she gets to the end, you do have to do something to acknowledge the conversation.
Right, okay, yes,
that you're hearing
absolutely,
what's being said.
I'm hearing what you're saying.
So even if it's like, okay, all right, Or even if it's a random probing question, well, so what else did he tell you? You know, what else did Mr. Mike say? You know, there's something along the way, and then when you get to
or if you really doing good, you be like, I can't believe that.
I can't believe that. Man, if it's the timing chain,
oh my goodness.
My goodness, we gonna figure this out.
We gonna figure it out.
Figure it out, right?
Because now you got her on your side, and you gonna talk through everything, and so you just got to work with them when they go to these, when they go like orbital and whatever it is. It's just like over stuff that's like it's not that serious on there.
So that's a good tip on how to help them navigate the panic moment. Real quick before we get to the end of this segment, what can't you do in these moments? What shouldn't you do in these moments? I got one.
Okay.
Multitask. You better not multitask. Don't you pick up that phone. Don't you pick up that TV remote. Don't you do any of that. Now, because if you like me, and I alluded to it when I was talking about dinner, I'm gonna start Googling certain things to start the solution out. But that's not what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like, okay, you're not paying attention to me. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Which means now the timing chain and you are my problem. Both of y'all are my issue.
Yeah, you done got on my nerves now because you're not listening to me.
Right.
Which conveys you're not important to me. It's like, oh my goodness. Right. How did we get there? It's terrible. So yeah. So I literally, when I'm talking to my wife, I have to sit on one of the couches in the house where I'm looking at her. Because if not, I'll look at the television. I have to put my phone down, everything, so I can just focus and give her my undivided attention. Because I tend to move a lot. So, but that doesn't work well for them because they're trying to talk to you and you're not listening. Although you can hear exactly what they're saying. Or some of y'all at the point where it's like, okay, she just talking and I know all it is. I'm gonna have to do something in the end. So now she's frustrated more than ever with you now because you're not paying attention.
That's right.
Gotta pay attention. It's hilarious.
It is.
So know that every woman pushes the panic button.
They do.
And it's okay. You just gotta work with them through the process. And then as they're talking, you say, okay, you acknowledge them, what they're saying, and then say, well, honey, is there anything that you want me to do? Or how can I help?
That's right.
Or what you need from me? Boy, you'll be the man then at that point. Boy, it's been another edition of the Manual. Listen, we want you to look for us on Facebook, on YouTube, the Manual 4, the number 4, U, the letter U, at Instagram, on Twitter. We love to be a part of your conversation. So hit us up, like, share, and comment, because we're doing this for men everywhere.
That's right. Have a good one.
He's a Professor Alton Woods. I'm Chip Rice. It's the Manual.